Esta conferencia comenzará a grabarse.
Okay, so yesterday we end our flow process training. I just want you to take a look at something on the bot because I saw we had missing two conditions. I want you to see, just to see here on the process flow bot example. Yeah, here we did not put this try again and try again, right? On the menu that it saying please indicate the reason for your contact, technical support, sales, administration. We put the timeout and the okay. We put administration, support, and sales, but we didn't put maybe if the client writes down something, okay? And if the client writes something that is not equal to administration, to support, and to sales, we just need to draw an arrow, a transition for the menu event message text different than sales, different than technical support, and different than administration. I just put please enter a valid response and then we'll go back to the menu. I did the same here and where if you have a ticket, okay? So let's see it quickly. Okay, so here is for this, whatever. Okay, yeah, please enter a valid response. Yeah, so that's what we were missing. I ended the chat bot yesterday and I just wanted to know you to know that we had missing that. Okay, let's finish the chat. Great. I will send these 3 bots to you guys just for you to have it, okay? And remember what we did, okay? I just need to click export, export, and export. And I'm going to send the 3 JSONs to you guys. Okay, so today we start the web designer, web chat designer, and surveys module, okay? Web designer is the tool that will allow us to design forms, chats, and post interaction surveys for written channels, okay? The design forms or web forms are those that the agent will use, for example, on an interaction, okay? The chat is the design of the chat, okay? And the surveys are just for written channels. The survey for telephony, it will be an IVR, just like we saw with the process flow, okay? The specific is a specific process flow, okay? And let's see first. Let's start with the easiest one. You will have the web designer here, okay? Let's start with the easiest one, that is the design of a chat, and we can use this chat. Let's create a new. When you create a new project on Web Designer, he will ask you the project type, okay? You can select contact center integration for doing web forms for the campaigns, for the agents, front-end integration for a contact form a web call, or a web chat. This is for designing the front end of a specific channel, for example, the chat. Generic is it doesn't match any of the other ones. And survey form, it's for surveys. Okay, it doesn't specify the channels. You can use the same survey form for all written channels. Okay, that allows you to do the survey. Okay, so I'm going to start from the easy one, and I'm going to select a front end integration. And I want
Sorry,
to,
Laura.
yes,
Sorry, Laura. What is the difference between the first two options? Contact center integration, it will direct the survey to an agent, and the
no,
front-end integration will also direct the survey to an agent.
the contact center integration is a web form that is shown when the agent gets an interaction for a campaign. Let's say that you want on your campaign that the agent fills 10 fields. That's a
Yes.
contact center integration. And a front-end
Okay.
integration is the front end of a campaign. For example, this chat, a web call, or a contact form.
Okay, so
Okay.
the contact center integration that appears in the integration tab when the agent receives the interaction.
And front integration is the front of the chats.
Appears to the customer. Okay,
I'm going to start
thank you.
from the easiest one, that is front-end integration web chat, because we can use this exact example. Let's go continue. If I want to, I can import an application, or I can create one from scratch. Okay. I will create Why is this in Spanish? That's weird. Let me see. Okay, let's see. I don't know why this is in Spanish if my user is on English. Let me try with another user. Give me a moment, guys, because if it's in Spanish, you won't understand what I'm doing. Give me 2 minutes to reach to someone.
Okay, take your time.
I just confirmed that I can see this in English in another environment. So let me see if this is something particular on this environment or we have an issue. Bear with me a second.
Okay, take your time.
I'm going to log into the server. I'm going to restart the service that it's called Web Handler that manage all the web interface. Let's see. Nothing. Okay, let me see something. Well, let's not waste time. I'm going to review this later. We can use another environment, and when I get this done, I'm going to export the design, the web form, and import the design to our environment. Okay, I'm going to look into another environment that it's okay. Okay, this is another environment. I will go to web designer, create new front end integration, web chat. Mm. Mhm. Let me see. I think I know what's the problem. That's weird. I also have it in Spanish here in another environment. So maybe we have a bug somewhere. Because if I go to another, for example, this, I see it in Spanish. These two. What happens if I translate? Guys, I don't think that we can move forward if the web designer is not in English. We do have it in English. I don't know why he doesn't show me the options in English. I'm seeing another environment. I can see it in English. It doesn't mean that we don't have it translated to English. We do, but I don't know why it's not showing here on English if my agent it's on English.
Okay, Laura, we can proceed with different topic if it's available, or we can postpone the session till you get ready. If we don't have any other topic, we can talk about.
Yes. I mean the last thing on my list on the modules is this is the web designer. With this, we can achieve the three things that we have missed: the contact forms, the web chats, and the surveys.
Laura, if you want, you can use my lab. It's coming in English there, the web designer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me get the.
I'll write you the link here on the chat. Where is the chat here?
Yeah, to move forward, right? Yeah, because we can do this in another environment. Okay. We can do this in another environment and
Yeah,
then
I sent it to you on the
just
chat if you want.
yeah, just
Yeah.
export the user and that's the sorry, the project. We can export the project and that's it.
Yeah, even there are some interesting stuff like the blending. I think I added there.
Mm-hmm. What's the VCC?
Kelsey Soft.
Kelsey Soft. Okay, let's see it. We are having backlog today. It's fade. I did
Maybe
log
before.
in. No, I log in.
With,
I log in the other day, right?
yeah, with me it's working now. Even I have different.
I think I have
Maybe the
something wrong
cache or
today.
something. If you open it in incognito, it's because maybe you have
Okay.
many environments.
Kelsey Soft. Let's see. This is incognito. Mm-mm. Let me close everything I can. Okay. I am connected. So let's see if I create a front end web chat. Yes, new application type. Web chat application, web in concert. Finish. Okay, so this one is in English. Yes, thank you, Mohammed. So, guys, we can continue. I'm going to review what's happening with our environment, okay? For tomorrow, go forward in that environment. Okay, so when you have a new web chat, you will have here your screens. You will have your libraries. Here you can import JavaScript libraries or CSS files. And in data sources will be where you want to store data, okay? The reporting data will be the data source that it's linked to our Cassandra, okay? Here you can add new items. You can add new screens, you can add new libraries and new data sources. Okay, so for example, if you want to add a data source, you can add, for example, an SQL data source that is linked to SQL. Reporting system storing is our reporting data. Okay, and we will review these three when we develop a contact center integration. Okay. If I click on JavaScript library, this will mean I will be creating a new file in libraries. And this start button screen, mobile start login, preserve custom chat are all the screens I need or I want to add to my chat. Okay, let's add them all. Okay. For you to see what this does. Okay. Okay. I just added every screen that we have. Okay. So if I do that, the start button and start mobile button are the buttons that will show you at the beginning of the chat. This. Do you see this chat with us? This is this button. Okay. The start model mobile is the same, but it's going to be shown when you go to the snippet in a mobile device. Okay. Login and pre-survey are two screens that are available for you to put before the chat. This is the chat window. Do you see this, the chat window? That is the same we saw when we click here. This is the chat window. And login and pre-survey, they go in that order. It will show first the login, then the survey. If you want to put maybe here, you want to put a policy text or something. And this is going, when I click this is going to the login. The login, you can set up the name and email. You will see that you can also place or drag some other stuff. Okay. Then when you log in, you will go to the pre-survey. Then you can go to the chat. You will go to the chat, and when the chat ends, you will go to the post-survey screen. You don't have to have every screen available. Okay. If I remove the login and the pre-survey and the post-survey, you will have the exact thing that is going on here. For example, if I click here, I'm going straight to the chat, right? That is because the default app doesn't have the pre-survey or the login screen. Okay, that's why it goes immediately to the chat. Okay, but let's see here. If you do have this on your project, this means that you have to go here. You will have to go here, then the chat, and that's the post survey. If you don't want a post survey, you just click the right button and delete. If you don't want the pre-survey, you just do the right button and delete. Okay. Great. What can we achieve with the designer? We can drag Stuff like labels, inputs. This is a contact identifier. For example, I want here to be the contact ID or the contact name. I can here put an input for specifying the email, the cellular, the home office, the Twitter, something, okay? I can put here chat finalization mail address. This is for the client to select if they want the finalization message or not. You can also achieve this on the campaign. If you don't want to ask your client, you just don't put this, and it will be automatically sent from the campaign. A print chat button, a button just like this, a check button, a radio button, a radio group. You can also achieve this with more than one radio button. A combo. This is a panel. If you want to put some things in a panel, you can have horizontal lines or vertical lines. You can drag also an image or a captcha, okay? When we have a website design, we have to always think about two things: the design and what we are wanting to put on the login, okay? Or in the chat, on the post survey, okay? For example, I want my web chat to look like something I already have on an example, on a PDF, or whatever, okay? We can modify the design by clicking the resources that I have here. And here you will see, for example, the size, the position, the title bar, the form, the effects, the round, the shadow. You can modify all of this, okay? And if you don't have access here to one thing that you want to modify, you can do that specific modification on the styles. For example, I want this I want this. I want my bar to be orange. Okay. We can modify here the things. I have an example. I would like to do that example and look how we can achieve that. Okay. Let's put here. Okay. Do you see here this button? I developed this chat. Here's my button. I click here. I have a press survey. This is in Spanish, but just don't read it, just see the design. Here's asking for my name. I will put here Laura. This is asking for my email. Okay, I'm going to click start. Okay. This is my chat. And if I end here, I'm going to a post survey. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if I want to start, okay, here I can first upload my images. So for example, I'm going to upload these two, okay? I'm going to add this, and I'm going to add this. Okay. Let's begin with the start button. Okay. Okay, what will be the size? I want a medium square, a small square, or if you want, you can custom what you want. You just have to click, for example, here 50, 50. Okay. Or you can choose one of these. Okay. What is the position? Okay, the position is where I want my button to be. Right now it's at the right and bottom, so it's coming right here. Okay. You can also put here custom, and you can achieve the exact position that you want by configuring this. Okay, so for example, on the horizontal, I want it on the right, and in the vertical, I want it in the center. That's my example here. I have it right on, but in the center. But do you see it? Maybe we have plenty of space here. On the right, maybe I can put custom and put not 5%, but 2%. Okay. If you save here, you have a preview here. You have a preview here to see the what you are doing. Okay. Okay. What about the active and out of hours? Okay. First, the visible field is, do you want to be the chat visible on active? Yes. Do you want out of hours for the chat to be visible? Yes or no? If you do this, that means that you are hiding the button if the campaign is not on schedule. Okay. So if I do this, I am saying that I just do not want to show the button on out of hours. Okay. So when it's active, do I want an icon? This is the default icon, but here I can put, for example, my icon. Yes, I can change it. I can change it. Okay. Do I want a specific position? Right, top, bottom, left. Okay. Do I want a text? No, I just want my icon. I just remove this. Okay. Font, align. No, I don't have any. I don't even have a text. Okay. What about the background? Do I want a background? Yes. Okay. And here you can modify the background color. Okay. So let me see. Maybe from here I can. Great. I want this color. Great. For having the exact same orange, right? Round. This will give me the possibility to round here the corners. So if I do, for example, 20, 20, 20, 20, you will see in this. But if I, for example, I do 50, 50, 50, 50, I can achieve a circle. Okay. You can also, if you have an exact image for this that includes the circle or whatever you want, you just remove the background and that's it. You can put it there. I'm doing the circle because I don't have the image with the circle. Okay. Here you can enable or disable the shadow. Here, you can set up a hover effect. So when you move the mouse over the button, he can change maybe the color, okay? And you can specify when you have a new message to have something there. Why? Because if I start this and I have a new message while I'm having the chat minimized, do you see here? You can set up this design, okay? You can set up that design here. If you want to blink to show the number. No, I don't want him to blink. I just want to see the change of the color, right? Okay, let's do the save. Okay. Do I want to see effects? And if you click here on preview, you can preview the active or the inactive. For example, this is a blind down. I want to achieve that the button shows from here to here. I will put blind right. Can I preview this from here? Let's see. I think I'm having an error here. Yes. You can see the chat here, or you just publish the snippet and see it right from your web interface, from your snippet, okay? Let's leave it there, okay?
Okay, so Laura, what's meant by effects?
This is, for example, let me show you. You will see that the button goes here for here. Did you see it?
While first, when the page is loading, after the page finish loading?
Yes, for example, the blind right is doing an effect that it will show the button coming from the right. I don't know if you have the chance to see it here.
Yes.
Or,
okay, so this effect happens when the page loads.
well, no, not what the page loads, with the page loads. When our snippet loads, our snippet, what it does, it injects code to the website. So
Yes.
when our code is ready, that will trigger the effect.
Okay.
Let me do.
Can we have in the designer like transparent image?
Yes, for the button. Yeah, you just put the image and you remove the background.
Okay, so it will be PNG image.
Yes, or PNG, GPH. Yeah, any of those will work. Okay, let me do the exact same thing here for you to see what we are doing. Okay, let me go to the campaign.
Okay, for the images, I have to add the images in each screen, in the chat screen and the survey screen, if I'm using the same images.
Yes. Okay. Do you see here web chat app default? I'm going to move it to inConcert. He reads that you have a login form, a pre-chat survey, a custom start button, a custom chat, and post chat survey. Okay, I'm going to confirm. And when I do that, I just said that this, I'm saying that our training snippet now has another view. Do you see? This is the default. Later, we were having just the chat. Now I have the pre-chat, the login, the post survey, and the chat survey. I'm going to do the exact same thing here. I'm going to put here small square. I'm going to put here right personalize. I'm going to put here 2%. I'm going to deactivate out of hours. I'm going to put here on the icon, I'm going to put my icon. Okay. I will remove the chat, the text, sorry. I want my background to be, let me see the code here, this one. I want to put the round in 50, 50, 50, 50. I just hide this, and here I'm going to put the effect from the right. So if I do this, you will now see when I load this, this will be changed. Right? Do you see that it changed?
Yes.
Yeah, I messed up here. Position.
Okay, so changes are saved automatically without having a save button or
yes.
reviewing. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Uh-huh. And do you see that this is closer than this? This is closer because I put here 2%. The other one is 5%. Okay. But what happens with this? My icon is small, right? If you don't want this so big, you can go here and personalize and do whatever you want here, right? 60, 60 or 80, 80. Let's see. And do you see the effect coming through here?
Yes.
That's because we put here on effects blind right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So here is where you move the icon. Here's where you set up the text. If you want to do a text, you can put here the weight. And here's where I change the this.
Okay. Can you show it to us on the English version, please?
Yes. I just move the text font. Here on size, I changed the size to this. And I can here put right, center, left.
So the
I think
size
that
is for the image and the text, both of them.
yes. I will put here. I think.
But just for something, I think Abdel Fattah said you need to save. You see this one graduar or whatever. This is the save, right, Laura?
This is what?
The save. He said before that when you are
Save button.
changing those, do we need to save? Right. I think
Yes.
you said it will be auto. No, I think you need to click on that one, right?
Yeah,
Whenever
you
you
need to.
change anything, it's coming active.
Yeah, for you to see the change, you need to save it. Yes.
Okay, where is the save
Be
button?
effective.
Here,
This
here,
one.
here at the bottom. Here.
Make your GoToMeeting
Yes.
zoom to 50%. You will see.
Yes, yes.
Because
Here
it was not
at the
appearing
bottom,
automatically.
at the center of the bottom.
Okay.
Let me show you. Yeah. Do you see that maybe the icon is more like more close to here than here? Let's see if we can achieve to move this a little bit down. No. Okay. It seems like I have nothing here that can allow me to put this maybe a little bit down, right? And I want you to see that if inConcert doesn't give me any property here that can modify something, you can always use the styles to do something. Okay, so for example, this is pure CSS and HTML, right? So for example, I have here this. Oh, okay, let me see. Can I put here a padding top? This looks good, right? So here you can achieve modification. And for example, if I just put this, I can, for example, put this on my CS file. Wait, I don't have the brackets never here. What did I just put? Okay, padding top 2%. Always remember to put important. Okay, so let's see. Did I achieve what I wanted? Yes. So here you can put any CSS property that you want to modify something in particular that you cannot achieve on the design, right? Do you see now it's centered?
Yes.
I couldn't achieve that from here. So I just put a specific style for achieving that. Okay. Great. What's the difference between this start button and start mobile button? That this is shown when you log in or you show the start button from a cell phone. Okay. And we can do the exact same thing, okay? For example, let me put here, I will be putting in here the exact same thing. Personalized, I'm going to put here 60. I'm going to disable the out of hours. I'm going to, for a cell phone, I want it on the right and at the bottom. I don't want it in the middle, okay? On active, I want to change my icon to this. I'm going to save. I want to remove the text. I want to put here center. I want my, this is the size. Let's put 18, okay? The hex color, I don't remember the hex color here. Round, I'm going to put 50, 50, 50, 50. Okay. Do you want the shadow? Yes. I don't have nothing. Effects from bottom down. Okay, let's save it. How can we test the mobile? I always do it with this tool in Chrome. I just put here.
Yes.
And I just go here. Yeah, do you see this? Great.
Yes.
Okay, but what happened here? Or maybe with this. I don't need this maybe with mobile, okay? So we have something that allowed us to move specifically a mobile CSS. If you see here, do you see here this body class mobile? So if you want to do a style for specifically mobile, you can achieve something like this. Mobile. Let's see. I don't want this padding top for model. I think for model, I want, let's see, maybe I want this not to be in the center, but in the left, right. No, it does the same. Okay, let's see if we can achieve something different here. Padding top? No, I don't want it. Padding left? No, maybe I can achieve that with a margin. Too much. Okay. Sorry. Let's see. No, it didn't do anything. Let's see. I think it's because chat minimize, title. Where is this? Chat minimize icon. Chat minimize title. Here. I think the mobile goes here. Or maybe it's in the front. This is just CSS. If you guys are experiment with CSS, you will achieve this kind of stuff easily. I can also put here. You can try from here too, right? I just want to test something.
Try to add padding right 3 pixel maybe.
Sorry?
Try to add padding right.
Yeah, no, this is .mobile. I'm trying to do to select the right selector here. Yeah, that's it. So what happens? What I'm trying to explain is when you have a mobile, I'm going to show you here. When you have a modal on the body, do you see here class mobile? And let me go here and show you here. When we have a mobile, we add a class here that it's named mobile for you to difference when it's mobile and when it's not mobile. So here I changed the chat minimize title active with this padding, but I saw that in and just in mobile, I didn't want to have that, okay? So for you to be able to difference between the mobile and the original view, because you can also use mobile when you have here the chat, we put this class, okay? So do you see that now we have it centered and each chat is working with our personalized CSS. I can see here my style and I can see here my style. And this does not apply, but because I'm overriding this, right? Understood?
Yes, Laura.
Great.
So
So
is
I
there
think,
is any, sorry, is
yes,
there is any documentation for the classes used for in all the style sheets? So it's one style sheet and we have to create different selectors for each one. Is there any documentation or article?
I always, this is all default. I always use this kind of tools to see the class for a specific. And do you see that I first change here and then when I have it all done, I go to my CSS.
Okay.
You every tag has its own class. So if you open this kind of tools, you will see which one you want to modify. What you can do is, for example, when you drag a label or a input, you can set the class name here. show you. Do you see here class name? So if you
Yes.
want to, you can set to every input or every label a specific class that you want. And you don't have to style it here. You just put to every label that specific class, and then you can go here on the CSS and just write down whatever you want. If you want a specific letter or a specific font or whatever. You just put this if you have a new label, and you don't have to touch every property, right?
Okay,
For
so
example,
I speak about the built-in components like the widget itself. So the image, I can add to the image one class, but for the widget itself, is there any built-in classes, or we can figure it out from the inspect?
we don't have anything like documented, or if you can choose the name. No, I always use the inspector to do that and to see the class that I want.
Okay.
Okay. So we can say that we are done with the start button and the start button mobile. Okay. With the login and the pre-survey, we can achieve the exact same thing. Okay. If you click on a specific element, you will see here all the properties of that element. For example, these are the properties for this label. Here is the property for this input, and so. And if you click the button, these are also the properties of the button. You can change the color, the letter. And if you click the background, the square, these are the properties for this element. Okay. And we will achieve the exact same thing by modifying this or modifying the elements with my styles. Okay. So for example, here I have the login and the pre-survey. Okay. Then I have the chat and post-survey. I want you to look something first. Okay. Let me go to my campaign and let me see. I have enabled the contact management. Great. Now, if I log in, no. Okay. What will happen here? I will log in. I will go to the pre-survey. I don't have nothing here. And I will go to the chat. Okay. I do not have a wait message, right? Oh, I do. Yes. Let me hear. This is because I set up here 10 seconds. No, I want to put it right away. Let me go here. Do you see here that I already have the name? I already have the name.
Yes.
And did you remember that we specify this mail for me with my ID. And this is what happens when I have like a pre-chat screen. Okay. I already know that this is Laura. Okay. These are all my calls. This is wrong. We have something wrong on the bot. Okay. And that's an interesting thing. Remember when we didn't have the pre-logging form and we didn't know who this client was? Well, you can know, and if you want to, you can detect the client when he gets in. So if you enable a name, an email, or an ID, maybe not the name because we can have persons that are named the same, right? But if, for example, you put an email, you can auto detect one contact. Okay.
Okay, sorry, Laura, for the contact management, I have one question. Why do we have an ID in the contact management?
Because for us, every contact needs to have an ID. This you mean?
Okay, but I guess this is supposed to be automatically, and the agent should not input or enter ID. For example, you can use like a serial for the contacts, and the agent he can search by phone number or email or something and then merge. But for creating a new contact and creating an ID for each one, I guess, how can the agency?
They always need to put an ID here. If you don't, inConcert will auto-generate one for them.
Yes, we need to have this option for auto-generating the contact IDs, and for merging the contacts, the agent can search by the customer name or phone number or
Yes,
something like this.
yes. They can search for the ID, for the name, for the phone, for the email, whatever. But
So if the agent
it's always recommended to have a contact ID that the client can give you.
okay, if not available, the system will create the contact without the ID.
Yes. Let's hang up this.
Okay.
I only have Laura as a contact. Let me do something because we did something wrong on the bot because it's going here. I will remove this from here. Copy. Paste. Okay. Let's save, and I will remove this. Delete. Yes. Save. Let's say that you are now a new customer. This is a survey, right? We didn't put anything here right now. I will say that you are Let's say Peter Joe. And your mail is pjoe@mail.com. Okay. So I have Peter Joe here. I already have the name because he put it on the chat. I have his name and his email, right? I didn't set up a contact ID, right?
Yes. So that's done because automatic contact form or contact management is selected
Yeah,
in this
and
campaign.
because I didn't put here a contact identifier. I didn't put here, for example, ID, contact ID. Okay, you only have
Yes.
here the email. Okay.
I mean this is a new contact.
Yes, this will be a new contact.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. So for the history,
Goodbye.
sorry, Laura, sorry, for the history, if the customer contacted us again with the same email, the history will appear. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. I'm
Does
going
the
to hang
history
up.
appear with the contact?
Yeah. You will here have Peter Joe. Do you see Peter Joe? And you can reach out to him by email because you already have his email, right? If he contact us again, right here, Peter Joe, pjoe@mail.com, he's going to go here. Oh, wait, the bot. Technical support. Do you already have a ticket? Yes, I created the ticket when I just, okay. I now here have, this is Peter Joe, I have his mail, this is the ticket, and here you have Peter Joe.
How about if he was added before into a different contact, for example, Peter Joe, but added with a phone number, not with email, and he registered again for a new contact with an email, for example. Can I merge as an agent? Can I do merge
Yes.
between two contacts?
Yes, or you can edit and you just add a phone for him. Maybe I want his cellular. I want his cellular to be, I don't know, 9 dun, 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 dun. And when I have a phone with this number, I will right away know that this is Joe. Or also
What if
I can add a new email, for example.
Yes, sometimes the client require more than phone number to be added or something. So can we add more custom fields into the contacts?
No. On this part, you can only achieve those that I just show you. These ones. Phone, mail, and Twitter. So for example, I just put here a second email for Peter Joe, pjoe_2. If he access here with that email, I will also know that this is Peter Joe.
Okay.
If you want to do more with Peter Joe, you will need a web form, and that's what are we going to do with the web designer. But that's something separate. Okay. I can save and do the contact saving.
And with Web Designer, it will create also a contact, but with advanced fields.
Yes, but it will be managed in another that will be managed in another database, for say it that way.
Okay.
Okay. And now I here have Peter Joe, and I have his phone. Since I have his phone, I can send any SMS or a WhatsApp, and I have their email. He has 2 emails. Okay. Understood?
Yes, understood.
Okay.
Okay, I have one question, Laura, about the designer.
Yes.
For the window itself, the chat window, can we add maximize option to the chat window?
Can we add what?
Maximize option to let the customer maximize the screen. I see close and minimize.
No, because the size is set on the design. This is the default size. I can do it bigger. I can do it shorter. The size is configured on the designer.
Okay.
Here's the size.
I guess now we need to know how to store the data from the customer. We here have like a predefined fields in the pre-chat screen, like name and email. What if I need to have a custom field?
We will review that when we see the web forms. First, we will see this, the survey, and then we'll go to the web forms. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
I am trying to see if we can have this language fixed by tomorrow, because I don't see how we can continue without this. Okay? So if I will try to have some news, and if we need to skip tomorrow's session, I will let you know. Okay?
Okay.
Because if it's not in English, you guys are not understanding very well. Okay?
Okay.
Well, guys, see you tomorrow. Maybe I will upload the recording on my afternoon. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Laura.
Okay.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Thanks, Laura.
Bye bye.
Bye.